Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. First of all, happy birthday to Prince Louis, turned 7, lovely photo released of him, and just in the last hour or so also a video of the birthday boy who has got very big. He's looking quite grown up now, and so as I say, happy birthday to the boy. And then second of all, apologies for my absence yesterday. I just wasn't really feeling very well yesterday. A little bit of the sniffles, but it seems to have gone. So I'm back in good form again. And then third of all, what are we reading on today? Why do we have the Rebel Heart Tarot on the tarot table? We have the Rebel Heart Tarot on the tarot table because we are looking at old flames today with Megan. And the first one, well, we don't think he's an old flame necessarily, but eyebrows have been raised about a photo that was released by him, the photographer, Jake Rosenberg. He's known Megan for a long time, pre-Harry days, pre-royal family days. He was around last year. He did a photo shoot with Megan. We saw the outcome of that in some of her promotional stuff for her new lifestyle brand and all the rest of it. He's back, very cozy. And he released the photo that has raised eyebrows. He released it on his Instagram account, and Megan and he looking, as I say, very cozy. That have resulted in people asking some rather searching questions about precisely the nature of their relationship. We have to say, very important, he is a married man. He is the father of a very young child, I think baby. As far as I know, I haven't really gone and snooped around in his personal life, but that's what I hear. As I say, he's known her for a long time. He released this photogram on his Instagram stories, and he gave an interview to People magazine. We know that People magazine pretty much prints what Megan wants them to print, so I guess he told People magazine what Megan wanted him to tell them. But we'll have to say allegedly. Some people speculate that this photo was a clapback to Harry for his coziness with that Invictus lady, the Ukrainian lady, that he's very close to, allegedly. We're going to have a little look at that. Neil Sean has told us that Harry was terribly upset when the photo came out. He had no idea it was coming. It was a terrible shock. He's heartbroken. It made him look like an absolute fool, which I agree it did. And then NT from Crazy Days and Nights has come out and said, this is an allegedly story as well, that Megan and the photographer fellow spent a weekend together, Easter weekend together, no kids around. So that's all the backstory to this. We did see her chasing the ducks up and down the road, mad lady chasing ducks in Montecito. Very odd. So I don't quite know what was going on with her with the duck chasing, what she was on. She sort of leapt out of the bushes in that white dress. I think white dress last seen when she'd just given birth. Allegedly, who wears a white dress like that when you've just given birth? But anyway, all very strange. So, Rebel Heart Tarot, we're going to find out what's going on. What's the state of play with Megan and this photographer fellow? Did they really spend a weekend together? Why the photo? Was it a message to Harry? How Harry received the photo? What the situation is with the Ukrainian lady? There's been lots of rumors about that relationship, alleged relationship, state of play with the Parker marriage, and impact of this little moment with Jake's progress, as I'm calling this reading. So let's see what's going on. It's tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all speculation, all gossip, all my opinion. Just read energy here, and of course there is a disclaimer in the box below. And I'm sure that Jake knew exactly what he was doing. I hope his wife is happy with what he was doing. We'll find out about Harry and how happy Harry is with what's going on. Work card, the Ace of Pentacles. So possibly a working weekend, capturing more material for Megan's next phase of her launch of whatever she's trying to launch now. Maybe kids, I don't know, but we're going to inquire. But that's a working girl energy with the Ace of Pentacles. That's a working guy energy with Jake Rosenberg. So it's not giving me anything dodgy. It's giving me work and hard work. Ace of Pentacles. Maybe Megan is hard work just generally, but that would just be my opinion, of course. So situation, what are we dealing with today? Ooh, we're dealing with the Lovers in reverse. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Interesting. Now, that could be old flames who are no longer, as there is speculation. For instance, the crazy days and nights, bit of gossip that old flames hanging out together for a weekend. That's pretty much how it was worded. A breakup could be Harry and Meghan in trouble. We see that constantly. It looks like a very messed up relationship that blows hot and cold, very needy, very codependent, very confused. I'd say more confused on his side than on her side. That's my opinion, of course. And also could be clandestine because it's in reverse, secret hookups, that kind of thing. So there's a lot going on in that Lovers card in reverse. Hopefully it will clarify itself along the way. So we've got working energy, but we've also got relationship either covert or past or broken that's going on here as a central issue that we're looking at. About sums it up, don't you think? So let's look directly at Meghan and her old friend, photographer Jake Rosenberg. What's the state of play between them? What's going on? What do we have? Oops! And it's the Six of Swords and it's in reverse. That's not lovey-dovey so much as two people who are possibly tied together by situations, past complications, things like that. Because the Six of Swords is about moving on, transitioning away from difficult times, conflict, to more peaceful, harmonious times. But they're in reverse. There's something about the past, there's something about them and the past that is difficult, complicated. They might have had some sort of past connection that might have been more intimate than it now is, that complicates their lives in some way or other. That's how it's reading for me. It's not telling me current, it's telling me more past connection, that they're somehow tied together with. They might know quite a lot about each other that they don't necessarily want other people to know. That's just my speculation. So tell us about this weekend. What that alleged weekend, let's put it like that. What do we have? We've got the Three of Swords and it's in reverse. Three of Swords is heartbreak and betrayal, third parties, that kind of thing. It's telling me quite an interesting story. It's telling me that there might have been past intimacy, I'll put it like that, between these two. They might have spent a weekend together, possibly the need for consolation. And I'm assuming that she is the one who might be in need of consolation. Three of Swords in the reverse. He's off in Ukraine with that woman again, Jake, boo-hoo, on the phone. And I guess she's a good, well-paying client of his work. I guess he can say, I've got to go to Montecito. I don't know where he lives. Is he Canadian? I think he's based in New York. Got to fly out to Montecito, working weekend. But the weekend, the tone of the weekend with these three cards tells me that it was quite miserable, that there might have been some don't worry darling shoulder to cry on, that kind of energy, and based on past connection, past whatever, and now needing to console. We have overseas energy, Six of Swords, but needing consolation. That's what's really coming through very strongly. So why was this photo published on his Instagram stories? It's gone now. That's the way stories work on Instagram. It's everywhere in the world. So why publish a thing like that? What's the story? Three of Wands, it's hope, it's expectation, it's telling me, well, it's telling the world that they are excited about something, a joint project that they're working on. That would be very Three of Wands. They're optimistic about something new that they're cooking up. They've been busy working on it, and they're very excited in anticipation of whatever is about to drop. Now there's some speculation that she's going to go much further along the line with merging kids and things like that. But the story was no kids around. I'm not seeing kids. There were no kids with the crazy duck lady at all. No kids. And just crazy duck lady who looked like she might have been flying high. Just speculating, of course. Was there a message to Harry? That was a message for us. See, I'm busy. See, I'm building my empire. See, Jake is here working. Ace of Pentacles. But what was the message, if any, to Harry? Strength. Strength is about taming, essentially. You tame the wild, your own wild inner nature, the world. It's powerful. It's controlled. It was. If it was a message to Harry, it was very much, I'm not broken by whatever is going on. I'm powerful. I can click my fingers. I can bring, like that, I've just clicked my fingers. I can bring men to heal. I got Jake here with me. I'm not broken. I'm not worried. I'm powerful. I'm sexy. I'm desirable. I'm building my brand. What are you doing? That kind of message that was going out. Very powerful message. How was it received? Is Neil Sean right about devastated? Two of Pentacles in reverse, feeling unbalanced, feeling a little bit out of sorts about it with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Neil Sean said heartbroken and shocked and embarrassed and sort of made to look silly, looks like a fool. It's a destabilizing energy. He was destabilized by it. Now, the wind can change direction and Harry gets destabilized by it. In my opinion, this comes from years and years of reading his energy as a tarot reader. But I think it did rock him. That he probably went off thinking that he was the powerful, dominant one. He was going to court in the UK, and then he was off to Ukraine, and he was going to look like a global statesman and a leader and show Prince William up and the rest of them back in the UK. And instead of which, she pulled a fast one and dominated him, strength card, and made him feel unstable, unworthy. Rocked his world, definitely rocked his world. I don't think broken-hearted, I think that's too strong a word. I just think destabilized, so that he can't leave her for 1 second without her doing something to overshadow, to make him doubt his own worth. The Two of Pentacles is very much about value and worth and where you give your energy and your attention. It's telling him, and he received the message, I'm putting my attention somewhere else. I'm busy with other things. I don't care what you're doing. I've got bigger fish to fry. Tell us about the Ukrainian lady that some people say Harry is very close to. So what's going on there? We're speculating, and this is all allegedly. Three of Cups is a friendship card, basically. It's not, if I got the Two of Cups, well. But it's Three of Cups, it's friendship, it's a close friend. It's somebody, it's interesting that she's presented as a woman with children. I'm getting a substitute almost for Meghan, because Meghan has clearly withdrawn her support and her loyalty from Harry, which in my opinion was only ever masquerading, made to look like but not actually authentic. And this woman, I think, is now in the role of loyal supporter, faithful friend, confidant, someone Harry can talk to, phone up, say, oh, I'm depressed, there's photographers in the bushes over there, that sort of thing, and she's compassionate and she's listening. It's not telling me directly that anything more, that there is anything more between them, not the way it's depicted. I'm getting that Meghan has opted out of that role, and this woman has stepped into that role of friend, confidant, almost maternal role. That's how it's reading for me. That's just what needs to come through today. Who knows? As I say, there's a lot of speculation about that relationship, but that's the energy that I'm getting in this reading. So let's look at the state of play between Harry and Meghan themselves, their relationship. What's going on there? We've got the Queen of Swords, and it's in reverse. Cold, cruel, vicious energy, very critical at the Queen of Swords, cutting him out, cutting him down, diminishing him, being very harsh, very cold, very unkind, indifferent, just not interested in what he's up to. And we've seen that. She hasn't supported anything, unless it's showing up for an awards ceremony where she's trying her best to get onto the stage with him, or, you know, looking like the loving wife, but only for the cameras, in my opinion. She's just not supporting him, which is why I have this Three of Cups down here. She's not interested. She's busy with her own projects, her own brand, her own strategies, her own game plan, and she's just absolutely cold. He doesn't exist in her world, as far as I can tell. And so consequences of this little stunt in Montecito for the marriage. Is it going to do damage in a marriage that already looks to me pretty badly damaged? Impact, if any, maybe nothing. Where are we? We've got the Page of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. This is more about kind of negotiations, the Page of Pentacles, than emotions. It's about money. It's about deals. It's about things like that. It might be that their joint deals have reached an end. And this is why this message is going out. See, I'm working on new projects that don't have anything to do with Harry. Harry is out. Harry is irrelevant. And it's all about me now. Tells me that the Netflix deal is probably finished in its current guise. We might get one-offs between that Harry does a one-off with something, Meghan does a one-off with something, but I don't think we're going to see any joint engagements between them. She's going to New York, as far as I'm aware, tomorrow for the Time 100 thing. He's another legend of aviation thing on Friday in California. He's been invited back to clap on the back because of the disaster tourism that he and Meghan did for the fires. They're separate again. Separate enterprises, separate projects, separate income streams, all of that. That's where the marriage is. If the marriage was hanging by a thread and that thread was Netflix, someone's pulled that thread. So that's what's going on. So it was a working weekend, but I think there was a lot of sadness, a lot of betrayal. I think she was feeling very sorry for herself, needed to be consoled about what's going on in her marriage, about what's going on with her brand. A message needed to be put out to the world and to Harry. He got the message. He's got an emotional connection, I think, personally believe, with this woman, the Invictus lady. And the marriage looks like it's in very serious trouble, all over bar the shouting. We often see that, though, of course, and it looks like the bit of the marriage that was still being taped together, quite literally taped with Netflix, done. Deals broken, finished, contracts ended, that kind of thing happening. So interesting that the Lovers in reverse is at the heart of this reading, and I think covers the marriage, the relationship, maybe past relationship with the photographer, and just things basically disintegrating in the marriage. My interpretation, of course. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.